second. Hey crafty friends, Trisha Chuba here with ButterDish Designs, here to restart Crafty Hour Live. So happy you're here. I got a little bit of feedback here. Hang on. Let's see if I can. Okay, I think that's better. There we go. All right. Well, welcome. Happy to be back. Again, my name is Trisha Chuba with ButterDish Designs, and this is Crafty Hour, episode 130. Oh, I think they should have said 134 instead of 133. Yeah. And yeah, so still recovering from my medial root meniscus tear, but I figured that I'm doing better each day and that I might be able to sit here long enough to do this. So anyways, all right. Second here. Okay. So this evening we are going to play a little bit with the Violet Dream Suite, and this is the card that I'm going to be making this evening. You can see there it's embossed, it's a birthday card, and yeah, so let's get started. All right, I will set that off to the side here. Did pre-do quite a few little pieces, so that would have an easy reintroduction to Crafty Hour here. So, all right, Secret C card base, your normal A2 tent fold, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is the interior piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4. Got an envelope here. The embossed piece here is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and it's thick. The other ones are regular. And the piece that this comes out of is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. All right. And let's just go ahead and do a couple things. Set this off to the side here. I'm just going to score this at 5 1/2. I know you can't see all of that, but that was the only thing I had left to do on that. Okay, here. Just give that a good burnish. Your bone folder. Okay. All right, so the new Violet Dreams Designer Series paper. What I've done here is I've taken a couple of the patterns and cut some 3/4 inch strips. I just did 2 of them off the end because I'm making 2 cards. I did the sample and the one we're making tonight. This Designer Series paper comes with an ephemera sheet here. Go out a little bit there so you can see all that. Maybe. And that's what that looks like there. So I am going to be using this piece here for this sentiment, I am going to be using and I know which ones I'm using because there's actually just two together here. So, that was Fig. Have you guys missed Fig? She's missed everybody. She's playing with a pipe cleaner. So hopefully it's quiet play. And we'll see if she remembers to make an appearance. Oh, hi, baby. She's tapping my leg and dropping off a pipe cleaner. That's her thing. Once I start getting all these out, I'll put them in an envelope so that I don't misplace them. And this one here, I'll show you what these are here in a second. All right, I'm going to put this back over here. Da, 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 da. All right, so this is for our sentiment. And then we have you can see here 2 leaves, this little one there, and 3 of the darker flowers and 1 super dark. All right, so there is that. I'm going to go ahead and stamp in Secret C. Hopefully I got that on there straight. Pretty good. Right. And then let's go ahead and do the envelope. And the interior here. Okay, and we're gonna zhuzh this up just a little bit with some gorgeous grape. Oh, I did stamp off on this. Just to give it a little extra there without coloring it. Hi, Figgy. And that's it for our stamping this time around. Okay. I did use this embossing folder, and it is the Paradise Garden Hybrid embossing folder. I didn't use the hybrid part. I just used the embossing folder. And that's going to be our base there. And I wanted to show you just a little bit about this. I pre-glued everything, but I just wanted to give a couple tips here for this. So I took that piece that I told you was the 3.5 by 4 3/4, and I glued the 3/4 inch strips onto here, just kind of eyeballing. If you don't like eyeballing and you have a clear ruler, that's a great way to kind of get it a little bit even spaced if you're not good at eyeballing it. You know, sometimes I'm not either. and you would just go ahead, and I started with these strips first and then did the ones off. And when you get down after the glue has dried, all you need to do is go ahead and trim this. And you see a lot of these cards where they've done this. It's a great way to use up your paper scraps. But what I wanted to show you is that you can also die cut these. And if you're good about your placement, you can actually get a 2-for-1. I like 2-for-1s. So, and I just think that method looks beautiful when it's also die cut and not just on the paper. So there's that. And I will be making and sharing some cards with the leftover pieces in the next couple days. So watch for those. Okay. Put that back over there. Okay. So, because this is thick and it is the embossed here, I am going to go ahead and use tear and tape to adhere this. One of the ways that I like to make this adhering easier for myself is that I will take off the back of the top of the tear and tape piece, maybe, and I start the others. So I will just start peeling that down like so and leave off the piece just hanging out the side there. And even the bottom as well. All right, so now that that's done, and I'm gonna have to stand up to do this. Ooh, stiff here. All right, so I've got about 1/8 of an inch border there. And once I get the top and the sides done, I'll firmly press down that top one, and then I will peel out those side pieces, give them a press, and then I will peel out the bottom. And that just helps get that. So, hi, Coney. No worries. All right. Happy to be back. Happy to see you here too. All right, so this piece here, we're going to go ahead and pop this up with dimensionals. All right. Let me tell you, I have not missed those backings. All right, so I am going to center this. Try to at least. That looks pretty good. Good. All right, so there's that. All right, so now let's go ahead and we'll put in our interior piece because it's ready to go. If you hear something crash, it's Fig doing something she's not supposed to do. Even though she's a year old, she is very much still in kitten stinker mode. So just ever curious and lots of fun. Never a dull moment. Oh my goodness. All right, so there's that. Okay, get that scrap piece out of there. And let's go ahead and start to build this, and I'll show you how I built it. So let me bring the sample out here. I just put a little bit of glue on the top. And I started this one off the corner here. There we go. Fig. Hey. And I did the same thing with this other one here. Hi, Stay. All right, so this one's about over there. All right. Now, oh my goodness. Oh, fig. Fig, fig, fig. I really haven't been in my craft room much because I just not able to sit in here with my knee and leg. So it's been, I think she's very excited to be back in the back in the craft room. See, I'm having a Freudian slip there saying cat room, which is about right. All right. So let's go ahead and get these on here. So this one I am going to put kind of straight right there, and that's popped up with a dimensional. This little bud here that has the greenery on the bottom, I am just going to put a little bit of glue on it. Oh my goodness. And tuck it behind there. Just like so. See that there? And that one, and one more here, which tuck this back behind this one. And that's why I only put just one on there. So there we go. All right. We're also going to put some dimensionals behind this as well, because just a lot of layers on this one. Fun. She is just rooting around, just having a ball. So oh my goodness. All right. So on this here, I went ahead and just centered this. And that looks pretty good there. And then last but certainly not least, let's go ahead and get some embellishments on here. Now, the embellishments that come with this sweet collection are these flowery gem sparkle things. And because I already had these, I wanted something a little bit more neutral. So I went with the Moody Palette Glossy Dots because they've got Secret Sea, which is the card base. All right. Just put this stuff back here real quick. And here we go. And I put them on the embossed layer so there wouldn't be like anything sticking up any further. There we go. I'll do one up there. Easy peasy. So just think about that next time that you're wanting to use up your scraps. Just cut a bunch of 3/4 inch strips, start adhering them to a piece of thinner cardstock. And the trick to this is that when you're doing these strips, when you're starting out, you just want to make sure that it's okay if you're going all the way across. But when you start getting into these smaller pieces, like so, every time you go to change a direction, you'll want to cut it off straight again so that you've got straight. So there's my tips for that one. But yeah, you can get a lot of cards out of it. So see these, I had cut 2 each of the ones, and this is what I have left, but I used all the other ones. So there you have it. So happy to be back for Crafty Hour. Slowly still recovering, but doing well. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in and saying hi, and I appreciate you guys. And if you're watching a replay, make sure you say hi as well. And I'll see you next week for the next episode of Crafty Hour Live. Until then, take care. Be well. Bye-bye.